no flex. The live is one in the six. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Teofimo, let me ask you a question. What exactly happened with you and Devin Haney when that was brought to your attention?
It don't matter because we got Shakur Stevenson next, man. Honestly, I'm just excited because now all the roads lead to a bigger fight between me and Haney. Can you say, yep?
A bigger fight towards Haney?
Wait, makes sense now, right?
Yeah. Does it?
Has momentum, right?
Does it?
Got motion, right?
I'm asking you, does it?
But you gotta answer my question.
No, I'm asking you, though.
I know, and then I asked you.
No, but I asked you first.
And then I said it makes motion.
Motion? So this is a part of your major plot. This is a part of your plot. Put off Devin, fight Shakur, and spin the block and go back to Devin?
Got motion, right?
All right, thank you, guys.
Got motion. What else? Everybody good? Whether Mauricio didn't want to or not, he did not pay for the sanctioning belt. So by default, he got stripped, so it became unified. If they could do it with me with my super WBC belt, then why not? And I paid for that sanctioning belt.
So by default, was you undisputed at 35?
T.O.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Nigga, what?
Of the Lamont Roach and Pitbull.
We just get a Haney Kambosos. Who you think wins that fight, bro?
Oh, fuck. No, it's a made fight for Haney. Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
The whole shit was a scheme, bro. They had the zone. I was on the zone platform. They gave it to Kambosos because they knew what I was gonna do with it. They knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become quote unquote undisputed. It's all a game, man. They pay that shit.
Isn't it gonna be tough to win in Australia though? Like if it's a setup, isn't it? When they set it up in America, not Australia, where why?
Everything's already made. It's everything. I had to see that for myself. So they already knew who won before they even fucking announced it. See the tapes.
Hey, Tio, what advice would you give Dev though on what he's got to do in the ring with Kambosos?
Fuck Buffalo.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Oh, it's time to bleed this morning. I'm not pulling no punches at all. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Come on in, smash the like button, hype the video, share the video. And we're going to get to this work. I ain't going to waste no time. Let me do this roll call, though. G. McCall, my brother, salute. One Deep, what up, what up, what up? Columbia, salute, Queen. 704 Joe. Jim Diamond, and early in that super chat, he said, morning, fam, let's start this thing off right. Salute to you, Jim. Thank you so much. Clarence McClain was in the building. He witnessed everything I witnessed. Clarence was right there in the mix. No Duck Zone was in the mother effing mix. Yes, sir. He saw what I saw. I'm like, I can't believe this dude. Crazy stuff. We're going to dissect it. The real Sheltered in the building. What up? Coach Hudson in the building. Y'all better go subscribe to Coach Hudson. Let me tell you something. I get my daily bread in the morning. It be Coach and Junior be cooking. You know, that's how I do it. I be playing the gospel, brushing my teeth, talking about, hey, 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 hey. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Salute, Coach. Rod Neal, Houston in the building. My brother Mansa Musa in the building. Salute. Bernard, what's going on? Gerard Harlem in the building. What's going on? NBA D Nice, salute. My brother's keeper, main biker. Yes, sir. Del Rev, salute, salute. Minisecond, salute. BVO, what's going on? The Sensei, Stormy. If y'all not subscribed to all three of Stormy's channel, y'all are on all kinds of drugs. The same drugs that I suspected that Tio was on at this presser. What the hell was he talking about? And just when I was about to get to cooking, they was like, all right, we're going to be back in 10 minutes. I said, what? Wait a minute. I got more questions. What's happening here? What's going on? Salute, man. Mac of the South. What's going on? Yo, man. All right. $1 Trillion Dream. Salute, man. All right, let's get to it, man. I just played it for y'all. None of it made sense. So this morning we're talking about the difference between Bud and Tio. Ratchet since 91. Salute. Hold on. What's going on here? Sham it? All right, wait a minute. Damn. All right, I'll figure it out. Hold on. Oh, wait. Maybe if I go over here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Damn, what is this? Bear with me. Yo, StreamYard be wilding for the century. You'll be typing words, and for some reason, the word... Yo, stop this crap, man. Okay. I'll edit it later. It's all good, man. All right. So look, we're gonna dissect Teofimo and expose him to be the liar that he is, because he's a liar. He thought he had one when I said, okay, the young man said, well, I ain't gonna call him a young man because honestly speaking, I don't respect him, and y'all know that. Y'all know that. He plays games with words, and y'all know that, and I don't respect it. And actually, I really don't respect it because when he was pressed on it, he didn't stand on it. He didn't stand on it. Stand on it. Stand on what you say. Stand on what you say. And I see y'all coming in the building. I had another screen up. Enoch, salute. Perfect Black. 4-hour sniper. Ack in the building. Salute. All right. He's a double talker. We know that. And I'm gonna expose that in a second too. First and foremost, he said that now the Haney fight has motion. Brooklyn born, salute. Now the Haney fight has motion. That's what he said. I asked him, was that the plan? Get Shakur, which is not a salute, get Shakur, which is not a guaranteed win. He could win it, but it's not a guaranteed win. Isaiah, salute. But now he's going to get Shakur and then spin the block because now the fight has motion. Can I ask y'all a question? That fight didn't have motion at 35? That fight didn't have motion at 35? I swore to God it did. I swore to God it did. I was like, yo, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? So Sam Max, salute. So let's give y'all some history lessons. I want all Teofimo fans to pull up. Because again, just like everybody else, I do not have to lie on this kid. I don't have to. I don't have to lie on this kid. at all. Okay? I don't have to lie on him. Hold on, I gotta my brother G McCall in that Cash App salute. He says, I'll be at the fight and can't wait. Salute. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and get a credential. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much for your donation. I'm not paying to go there. Have y'all seen the prices of those seats? It's too rich for my blood, Claude. You know, some of y'all rich, not me. Good morning, Tay-Tay. Rod Neal in that super chat. He says, I need Shakur to get T.O. out of here. You know the thing is, T.O.'s not going to go away. Guys like T.O. boxing, they keep him around. T.O.'s not going to go away. He's not going to go away. He's already, MXC, salute. He's already doing what he wants to do, and no one's checking him. The only one person checked him, I'll play that later, was Bud. Bud is the only person that checked him, which I find it very ridiculous how he wasn't pressed a lot harder. Because he hopped on the bandwagon of hate and played with the N-word too. He damn sure did. He damn sure did. My brother Felix Nunez in that super chat, he says, no motion when he was offered 10 mil. I mean, well, according to Punch Drunk, it wasn't really 10. I thought it was 11. He said it wasn't really 10. It was around 6. But there was a lot of things we were doing. We was trying to get interviews with different people. I wanted to dive a little deeper into it. But my thing is, whether it was 5 or 4, the young man said he never made, Jeff Sparks, salute. He said he never made $1 million yet. So even if it's 6 million, I mean, it's more than what he said he made. He said that. We didn't know that. He said that. So when news like that comes out, people start asking questions. It looks like a duck. 88 Sports Talk, salute. It looks like a duck. As a matter of fact, Punch Drunk, did he not do a live stream and say, hey, man, this is a duck? Y'all remember that? I said, oh, man, what happened? Look like a duck. It looks like a duck, you know? So I don't know what's happened between then and the presser. I don't know. No, it's salute. But, let's talk about that. The Devin Haney fight now has motion. No. You tried to freeze him out, dude. And see, this is where I wanted to get. See, I was going to play chess with him because he's not smart. I went straight to 135. Carlo World, salute. Turkey wasn't even around when he beat Lomachenko. Turkey wasn't even around. He was nowhere near boxing. We was just coming out of the pandemic. And he beat Lomachenko. I rooted for T.O. in that fight. And I said, now we can get these two young kings. Now that Lomachenko's out the picture, and now we can see who's better between them. That's what I said. And in that very ring, they handed him the green belt. And I said, that's strange. Because who remembers the original rules to the franchise status? Do y'all remember when it said it's not transferable? That stuck out to me. I said, what is this? It's a special privilege. It's a new concept. It's a special privilege awarded to a fighter that requests it. And they can move up and down in weight. They could jump up weight classes and fight the immediate WBC champion. And if they win it, they either take that belt or keep the franchise status. Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? I remember that. I said, well, this is okay. All right. So what are we doing? The first franchise champion was who? Canelo Alvarez. I said, okay. Well, Jamal's up next, right? So he's going to fight him, right? Wrong. He said, give me this new concept. Let me get rid of the original belt. And we never got Jamal Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. And while we were saying, hey, man, that's not boxing. Those guys supposed to fight. What did the Canelo fans do? They start talking about seat sales. Jose, salute. They start talking about seat sales and what has Jamal done? And Canelo would beat him anyway. That type of conversation. Listen, Going into 2026, we need to make it a habit of not getting dragged into those types of conversation. Oh, I'm cool with my fighter not fighting that guy because he'd have whooped his ass anyway. Mag 7 said that yesterday. Did y'all peep? Oh, he'd have beat him anyway. No, you don't know that. Buster Douglas was supposed to die that night he fought Mike Tyson. And what happened? He knocked Mike out. Michael Moore was whooping George Foreman's ass until he wasn't. Right? Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones. I have so many examples of, oh, he'd have beat him, he'd have beat him, he'd have beat him. And then the fight happened. It's like, oh, man, what happened? Yeah, it's boxing. That's what happened. That's what happened. We need to see it. So as a collective, we need to just like not engage. When people start talking about, hey, you know, he'd have beat him, man, shut up. I'd like to think they'd beat him, but we never saw it. Oh, Riddick would have fucked Lennox Lewis up on a pro level. What happened? I can't unsee him throwing the belt in the trash. And we never got the fight. Period. That's it. We never got the fight. That's what happened. We never got the fight. And when they did fight in the Olympics, what happened? Lennox beat his ass. Lennox was with the smoke on the pro level. Riddick wasn't. He said the business ain't right. Lennox said, I don't care about the business. Let's rock. We never got the fight. Now, Riddick says if he could take one thing back, it was that. Chris, what up? Jalen Hudson, salute. He regrets it 35 years later. Well, can't turn back the hands of time now. That shit over. My brother's keeper, salute. So, spin the block. What was so difficult about making this happen at 35? The ball was completely in his court. He just beat Lomachenko, boxing's golden treasure from the Ukraine, the speed, the angles, the matrix. Well, T.O. beat him. I don't care about no hurt shoulder, none of that. I don't care about none of that. T.O. won that fight. And then they handed him that green belt, and I said, how'd that happen? Well, let me go to this boxing scene article from 2021, January 5th. WBC press tabs Lopez as undisputed justifies 3 champions at lightweight. Listen to what it says. Justifies 3 champions at lightweight. What do we know about that? There's 3 champions. Those are 3 sanctioning fees he's collecting. Teofimo just told me, and I played it for you in the video. He said, my super championship, aka the franchise. He said, I paid for that. I paid for that. So this guy invented a new concept and charged the fighters to pay a sanctioning fee. There were 3. Let's read the article. Mauricio Silliman, president of the WBC, openly admits, words are important, admits that it's very confusing to fans when there are 3 WBC champions in a single weight division. Do y'all understand this is stupid? And these are the things that, you know, my dad don't watch boxing like that no more. My uncle definitely don't watch it like that no more. They actually stopped paying attention like around when George knocked out Michael Moore. They were just too confused to keep up with all of these, you know, the sanctioning bodies and the IBO, the IBF, the NBA or NBC, the NABO, the NABF. And it was like, no. There needs to be one face, one name. 3-belt era, 4-belt era, 5, 6, 7. And y'all wonder why decades of that, why a guy like Turkey Al-Sheikh could come in and throw money around and say, we got 1 belt here and I got all the power over here. Whoever wins is the man of the division. They're undermining all 40 sanctioning bodies. And now the fighters are looking like, man, I win $1 million and I got to give these guys 3% of that. Then I got to pay for my camp. I got to pay my corner. That $1 million, that $2 million I just won, that drops down to $500,000 real fast. And I got to go back in camp. Xavier, what up? Give me a second. I got to go back in camp and pay these guys? No, I'm not doing that. Why am I paying for these stupid-ass belts anyway? Especially when you have a sanctioning body that mixes things up on purpose. What the fuck is this? Xavier, what is this? Is that Ryan? Who's that? Who's that guy? Canelo voice. Jesus Christ. All right. I'll save that when I roast Ryan. That is the most suspect, whatever, man. All right. Tay wants to know, are those belts relevant? It's relevant because these fighters make them relevant. It's relevant because on paper, it's an accolade. But people are getting sick of it. Carlos Boldemir, Iraq, salute. Kawhi Elliott, salute. Carlos Boldemir won a belt and couldn't afford to keep it. He won a belt and couldn't afford to keep it. ES, salute, Queen. He won a belt and could not afford to keep it, had to give it up. But it doesn't erase the win. Which brings me to the other point. Mr. Moss, salute, OG. Which brings me to another point. He said by the rules, Bud is not undisputed. F you. Canelo had 4 belts going into that fight, and Bud fought him and took all of them. I don't care. We all saw it. Don't get mad at Bud because he took a stand that you couldn't take, Tio. You paid for that franchise status. As a matter of fact, don't complain about you paying for it because you paid for it because you wanted to avoid Devin. Now, let's run it back on how this dude yanked the rug from underneath his own feet because he never wanted to fight Devin. And that's why I wanted to corner him. I wanted to have that conversation. But when they saw me, what it was, I was taller than most people in there. So I had my camera over everybody, and I was moving to the front. I really wanted to drill him on this. Like, yo, what happened at 35? I wanted to hear him, make him say it. Because as soon as he started lying, I was going to start quoting things that he said. Because let me ask you a question. Can we agree that Teofimo Lopez is a liar? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. Tio fans, I know you're here. Put 2, I dare you. Steve Elder Max, salute. Can we all agree that Teofimo Lopez is a liar? He's a liar. Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Exactly, Clarence. I was on his bumper, and that tall Spanish dude, he was looking at me the whole time. And I was getting closer and closer. Of course, I wasn't going to do nothing. But I had questions. I had more questions. And then you hear him say, that's it, guys. Yeah. He was like, you guys good? And I'm like, nah. Yo, and then they packed it up. But then he started talking again. I went over and talked to Eddie Hearn. And then he started talking again, and I went back over there. I went back over there for some more. And they cut me short again. They know what time it is. Mark, what up, Mark? So, okay, we can agree. He's a liar. Macaholic, salute. My brother Jeff Spark. He's a liar. He's a liar. But let's go back to these rules real fast. So now we understand that there was 3 champions in a weight division. 3 champions, and everyone's paying fees on it. Teofimo Lopez is the WBC's franchise champion at lightweight. Devin Haney is the WBC's full champion, while Ryan Garcia recently captured the WBC's interim title this past Saturday with a knockout of Luke Campbell. Why the hell, bro? Let me ask you a question. We know where the real champion is right now. Where is the franchise and where's the interim right now? Can anyone tell me? While y'all answer that, I'm going to go ahead and read. Both Lopez and Haney argue often over which one of them is the real WBC champion. Besides the WBC's franchise belt, Lopez also owns the WBA, the BO, and the IBF. Silly Man tabs Lopez as the top WBC champion at the weight. Quote, Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed lightweight champion. Silly Man told Akin Barak this, all right? And whoever beats Teofimo, if there is someone who beats him, he must be called undisputed. Then I'm going to go down here, right? It says, all right, Silly Man presses by the host who asks the sanctioning body head if it's disrespectful to Haney when labeling Teofimo the undisputed champion. He justified the WBC's actions by explaining that their intention was to provide assistance to help fights get made, but he fails to discuss the WBC earning a lot of money in sanctioning fees by having 3 belt holders in a division. Y'all hear this? Lada, salute. Y'all hear this, right? This article's from 2021. True Boxing Night in that super chat salute. He says, salute, Drew. I have to say that listening to Teofimo on press conferences is like hearing somebody clawing a blackboard. My ears bled. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Listen. Let me tell you something about me. When you can literally lie to my face, I got you. I'm offended, but I'm going to smile right back at you. And when I gets to grinning like the Grinch, I'm about to kill your whole Christmas because I got questions. And they saw me about to cook this dude twice. And they packed it up. They packed it up, bro. Bobby Collins, salute. In that strong house. They know what they were doing. So, Silly Man, he says, I've spoken to Devin and his father. And I think the franchise designation was created recently by the WBC. No, he said, and I think the franchise designation was created recently by the WBC. The idea and purpose is to provide the best fights for the fans. Absolute nonsense. And I'm very happy that this year, the lightweight division, that was achieved. No, he did not. All he did was confuse everybody. Through the franchise naming, we got to see a fight between Teofimo and Lomachenko. And we saw Devin Haney recovering from his injury to fight Gamboa. Now, why did Teofimo get to fight Loma and then Devin got to fight Gamboa? Loma ducked Devin. The WBC boxed that up so he could fight Teofimo. Whoever won that was cool. They were cool with it. Loma lost. And magically, that fight was when the rules changed. Because remember, the original rules were the franchise status was not transferable. As soon as Teofimo won, it was transferable. And he reveals later that Teofimo requested it, which means they voted on it and gave it a thumbs up. That's how they gave it to him. But technically, Loma wasn't supposed to lose it in the first place. So the rules changed. So the WBC was working with Teofimo Lopez. What, y'all forgot? Wait a minute. Y'all forgot. You want to know how I know the fix was in 2 years before this? Listen carefully. This is Teofimo Lopez talking about Devin Haney in 2018. Listen carefully, y'all.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. the WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all 4. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You heard it. In 2018, with that interview, what I'll tell you about these supervillains saying the quiet part out loud. You know, in the cartoons and the comic books and the movies, the supervillain is just about to win. He got the hero on the ground, foot on his chest. He got the spear, and he's about to take his head off. And what does he start doing? Monologuing. Hey, I finally have you, and with this spear, I will strike you in the throat and behead you and decapitate. Next thing you know, the hero sweeps his leg, gets the spear, and decapitates him. All you had to do was do what you was doing. In 2018, did Teofimo Lopez not guarantee that the WBC and the WBO was going to work together to freeze Devin Haney out regardless of anything? Did he not inadvertently tell you that there was going to be a franchise status a couple of years later? He probably didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but they gave him a guarantee. No matter what, Teofimo, you're next up. You're going to lead the charge. He told on himself in 2018. I remember watching that. Like, what is he talking about? He can't control. If Devin keeps winning, that's just what it's going to be. I know they're not going to freeze him out because it's going to be obvious. Well, Loma, it's time for you to fight Devin. Franchise. I said, oh, hell no. What happens with that belt then if you can't have both? Because Loma's not going to pay 2 sanctions on 1 belt in 1 division. Okay, Loma took the franchise. What happened with the WBC strap? Give it to Dev. Oh, you are email champion. Huh? No, he wanted to fight this guy. He goes on to fight Teofimo. I said, well, that don't make fucking sense. What is Teofimo stressing him for? He's not a real champion. The real belt is what Devin got. Are they going to fight? Oh, no, he's going to fight Teofimo versus Loma. They're going to fight. Okay, Dil Spoolie, salute. So now they fight. Teo wins. I said, okay, now he could go ahead and fight Devin for the real belt, right? Nope. He said, I'm undisputed. How? Well, the last WBC champion was Loma. No, he vacated. Because he couldn't have fought Teofimo without fighting Devin Haney. Do y'all know that? He couldn't have fought Teo without fighting Devin. The only way to do that was to vacate that belt. He ducked Devin. He vacated that WBC strap. Feeders March, salute. The messenger, salute. Lot eyes. Jeremy, what up? He vacated that belt and got this new concept going. He called up Mauricio Silly, man. He asked for it. They said, yes, give up that one. We'll give you this new thing. You go ahead and fight Teofimo. He lost that. And instead of Teofimo fighting Devin for the real strap, he said, I'm undisputed. And buck-eyed niggas like Showbiz and say, oh, no, I think you was really undisputed. No, stupid, he was not. If he doesn't ask for the franchise status, Loma would have fought Devin back then. And you know what? If they fought, Devin would have whooped his ass and been like, yo, what's up? You know what Teo would have probably did? He'd have dumped those straps and moved up. You know how I know? Ain't no probably. Because he said that's what he would have done. I'll play it for you again.
Teofimo, let me ask you a question. What exactly happened with you and Devin Haney when that was brought to your attention?
It don't matter because we got Shakur Stevenson next, man. Honestly, I'm just excited because now all the roads lead to a bigger fight between me and Haney. Can you say, Yep.
A bigger fight towards Haney?
Wait, makes sense now, right?
Yeah.
Does it?
Has momentum, right?
Freedom's boss in that super chat. He says, salute, big bro. Salute to my big bro. So I had something in my eye. Salute to my big bro, Druth. Salute to the mighty LDBC, man. Salute to you, good brother. Big momentum. There was bigger momentum at 135. What are you talking about? King Corleone, salute. What is this dude talking about? Big momentum? If Loma fights Devin at 35 like he was supposed to the first time, and he loses, Teofimo will be just fine. He would be just fine vacating those 3 belts and going up to 140. He never wanted to fight Devin Haney. Because you know I was going to bring up what he said in 2018. Hold on a minute. You know I had it on the phone. I'd have let him hear it. Really, Tio? This is not you in 2018? Because, Tio, you know what? I don't think you ever wanted to fight Devin. I don't think you ever wanted to fight him. You don't remember what you said in 2018? I had it in my pocket. I had my other phone in my pocket. And I told everybody, yo, pull in. Listen, this is him in 2018, y'all. You don't remember saying this? Because it sounds like you was in cahoots with Mauricio Suleiman and Bob Arum to freeze Devin out. Your thoughts on this? From today, from 2018 till today, what changed? Because you had no one knew who Turkey Al-Sheikh was back then. But let's keep listening.
Does it?
Got motion, right?
I'm asking you, does it?
But you gotta answer my question.
No, I'm asking you, though.
I know, and then I asked you.
No, but I asked you first.
And then I said it makes motion.
Motion? So this is a part of your
He's short as hell. Go ahead.
major plot. This is a part of
I have the phone on my chest, by the way.
your plot. Put off Devin, fight Shakur, and spin the block and go back to Devin.
Got motion, right?
All right, thank you guys.
Got motion.
You see that? All right, thank you, guys. Because everyone was stuck. Everyone was stuck. Oh, man, get the fuck. I was not done.
What else? Everybody good?
So I leave to go talk to Eddie Hearn, and now they talking to him again. So after I was talking to Eddie Hearn for like 8 minutes. I said, oh, they talking. I ran back over there to this.
Whether Mauricio didn't want to or not.
Shout out to X, Four Corners. It's all about that sport of boxing, man. Salute to my brother.
He did not pay for the sanctioning belt. So by default, he got stripped, so it became unified. If they could do it with me with my super WBC belt, then why not?
The franchise belt. You was Jesus Christ.
And I paid for that sanctioning belt.
So by default, was you undisputed at 35?
What is he thanking me for? I went right back over there and I heard him talking this shit about Bud, and by default, because Bud didn't pay the 3% sanctioning fees, by default, he's not the champion because when I was a super champion, I paid money on that belt. That's because you're a fool. You're a fool. You're a fool. There were 3 champions at 135. He's raping y'all. But you got to pay to play, because you know what he did? He paid money to stay away from Devin. Tio, I'm going to keep you away from Devin, but I'm going to invent the new status, and you got to pay for that. And he did that. He did that. So you paid for a fake belt rather than fight Devin Haney for it, who had the real. You know what? At that time, I wouldn't have been mad if Devin threw it in the garbage out of principle. But Devin was chasing legacy. See, he wanted to fight Loma. He wanted to fight Teofimo. He wanted to fight Tank. He wanted to fight Shakur. All these dudes moved around. That is a fact. That's a fact. And in 2025, this dude's lying as if I did not just played you what he said in 2018. This, to freeze out Devin, this was a long-term plan implemented. They made sure Loma got away from Devin, but when he lost to Teofimo, he ended up having to fight Devin anyway. He had no choice. Y'all like to say, oh, Devin had to fight Brian. Devin had to do this. Devin ain't have to do anything but what he's been doing, and that's putting in work because he never ducked anybody. These niggas did. You ain't got to force Devin to do anything because he's already doing it. And they didn't want to force this kid. So they invented obstacles. They erected obstacles in front of everybody else. But rolled out the red carpet for him. Why? Because they felt, Tio speaks Spanish, they felt this was more profitable, more marketable, and the WBC looks out for their own. That's just what it is. That's what it is. Can you name the black franchise champion? I'll wait. Every Jordan that super chat, he says the difference from Bud and the female is that Bud got the power and fury of the ninja sword. Oh, my shit is in the way. He's a self-made legend, while female, Teofimo he's talking about, keeps on ducking and getting his cheeks clapped by Miguel. Hashtag Bukaki.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Because you guys are disgusting.
Bukaki.
Disgusting work out here, man.
Then let him taste the fury of my Megasword!
Cats are disgusting out here. Enoch in that super check, he said, Lopez habitual line stepper. Vid on Coach Hunter. Yes. Yes, he is. Supreme Beast boxing in the building. Salute. That's all right. So now he's saying, yeah, thank you. You was really undisputed. No, that's not what I was saying. I wasn't agreeing with you, Tio. I'm exposing the fact that you have weird logic. You paid for what? You never held the real strap. There was a strap that was invented for you. No, I'm sorry, for Loma. Whether it was Loma or you that won the fight, it was better than Devin. But they would have preferred, because look, if listen, y'all, listen to this. Lomachenko was already the WBC champion. He ditched one to get the franchise status. Had he had beaten Lopez that night, they would have said that he was undisputed, ignoring the fact that he didn't fight Devin Haney. He gave him the old belt, the original belt, the real belt. But they would have said, well, he was already the WBC champion, so it don't matter. It does matter, because in order for him to continue with that, he'd have had to beat Devin, which he didn't. He ducked him. This is why I say it's very, very dangerous when you cats walk around saying, oh, he'd have beat him anyway. Oh, he'd have did this anyway. He'd have did that anyway. That's not even a fight prediction. A fight prediction is based off of when the fight is signed and they're about to happen, and then you make predictions, but the fight is going to happen. Somebody going to be right, somebody going to be wrong. That's a fight prediction. A fight prediction is not saying, oh, he ain't got to fight his contemporary. He'll beat him anyway. That's not a prediction. That's a glorified virtual blowjob. Cuffing nuts and everything. Y'all are disgusting. That's why I say 2026, we got to do a better job. No. We're not doing hypotheticals. You could feel that the fighter that you slurp could beat everybody. But understand, when you see all these debates and everything else, when these women get on a panel, what do they always say when they ask a question? Well, I feel, you feel. And what do we do over here? Facts over feelings. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you feel. No one cares. Fuck your feelings. This is a fact. Tio fans, if you're here, have I lied on this kid yet? I don't need to. My whole thing with this dude's career has been, what the hell is he doing? And he's talking to me. He's talking to me like I didn't know. Like I said something. Let me bring it back. Like I was rocking with what he said.
Why not? And I paid for that sanctioning belt.
So by default, was you undisputed at 35?
He says, thank you. What do you mean? I was asking by default, you was 135. I wasn't bigging him up. There was no power fist. I was giving him a confused look like, what? So by default, was you undisputed at 135? And you should have saw my face. I was like confused, like, what are you talking about, bruh? And he's like, oh, thank you. No! I had follow-up questions. You were not undisputed at 135. They tried to put it up on ESPN Friday Night Fights or whatever. They had an event on a Saturday night, and it was wrong. Because when you went to the website, they had Devin Haney as a real champion, and you was a franchise, which is a fake belt that was just invented that year. So you had an interim, you had a franchise, and a real one. Mauricio running all the way to the goddamn bank. And you got the nerve to talk about what Bud really wasn't? You know what Bud really wasn't? He really wasn't a fool. He said, man, I ain't paying this for what? This is a sanctioning body that aided when Canelo said, man, I ain't fighting Triple G because you're telling me to do it. I'll do it when I'm ready to do it. And Mauricio ate that. And he said, we can't have him leaving again. I don't want him going over to Al Heyman and you know, we need that pale-faced, red-headed Mexican. He's an anomaly. We need him. Hey, you supposed to fight Jamal Charlo. He said, you better do something. I'm not fighting that guy. I have an idea. Franchise. It's a new concept. And we ran with that. And again, let me ask you, Tio, because this is what I was going to end it off asking him. How do you feel about paying for a belt that no longer exists? And I'd have put the camera closer to his face. Because it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. It's gone. And you paid 6 figures for it? I know he did. Slick Tom in that super chat, he said, silly man makes up belts so he can get paid. Exactly. That's why I don't care. And here come Tio, by the rules you wasn't. I don't give a fuck. I know what we saw. I can't unsee Bud whipping Canelo ass. He can't unsee it either. His fans want to run it back more than he does. They say, yo, man, nah, Canelo gonna get him in the rematch. He said, fuck that, man. I never said that one day. When did I say that? He never said that. You know what? If he did, please put the link in. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. But if he did, if I missed it, I missed it. But I didn't recall. But let's continue, because I asked you earlier if this dude was a liar, right?
T.O.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys.
What are you thanking me for, stupid? What is wrong with you? Look at that. Look at that. And it says down there in highlights, Teofimo Lopez Jr. is the WBC franchise champion. It says it right there. That's why there's a asterisk there. He was one fight away from undisputed, and he didn't do it. Do you want to know why? If Devin had beat Loma, right? No, wait, nope. I ain't even got to go there. Because Loma was scared. He ducked him. He done called Devin a heavyweight and everything else. You know what happened here? Well, let me play it for you. Then this happened. Y'all remember that? I ain't see that coming. I'm not even gonna hold you. I ain't see that coming. Listen, they disrespected George Kambosos so bad. The advertisement down in Manhattan, they spelled his last name wrong. I did a video on that. I said, yo, bro, I just came from Manhattan. I looked at the Teofimo versus George Kambosos poster. They spelled that man's name wrong. I don't know this dude. I don't know how he's going to do it. And Teo put off the fight. Remember Triller? We got J-Lo. Remember all of that? I said he postponed this fight 3 different times. You know what, man? Teo's being a douche right now. Trell Will, my brother, he's being a douche. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I hope he wins. And the only person that told me that this guy was going to win was my brother, Kano Loco. He said, yo, I know you don't know too much about this guy, but he's going to beat Teo. I said, Kano, I hope so, bro. I hope so, because they fucking his name up in writing out here. And Teo done postponed this shit. Teo was putting the carriage before the horse. He thought that he was a rock star. And while he's moseying around, cutting deals because he's Latino, that's what that was with him and Mauricio Silly, man. Let's just call it what it is, man. Since 2018, I just played it for you. They were helping Teo navigate around, trying to make him a star, get him some belts, while maneuvering around certain fighters like Devin Haney. That's been proven. This was supposed to be the gimme fight. He called himself undisputed because of that franchise belt. He said, I ain't got to fight Devin. I'm going to get in here and get this easy win against this Australian. And this shit happened. Nobody saw this coming. And then George was running around saying I was undisputed. I'm undisputed. I'm undisputed. Devin said, no, you're not. At least George fought him. It was under his conditions, but at least George fought him. Yeah, Trail, he had air in his lungs, and it was like all kinds of excuses. And no one held him accountable. We did. We was like, yo, what happened to all these excuses? I don't like excuses. This dude said he had air in his lungs, and what's going on, man? I said, that's okay. Run it back. Did he run it back? Did he run it back? Exactly, Stormy. All this maneuvering around Devin, and then when Cameron Duncan is asked about the NBF rules in the offices of the WBO, I'm sorry, Top Rank, which is the WBO, Cameron Duncan confirmed it. So when we say all of these things, the WBC with Teofimo Lopez, and they fighting on ESPN, Bob Arum, Top Rank, WBO, they were in cahoots to freeze his brother out. But what happened was nobody anticipated George. So I know George was being a dick, but we got to shout him out because at least he fought Devin. That's how Devin became undisputed. Because had Teofimo won this night, what would he have done? Don't worry, I'll play it. Because if he had beat George this night, this is what he said would have happened. Listen.
We just get a Haney Kambosos. Who you think wins that fight, brother?
Oh, fuck. No, it's a made fight for Haney.
Now it's a made fight for Haney. Professor X, salute, brother. Now it's a made fight for Haney. 88, if I miss you, salute. Now it's a made fight for Haney. This dude's a hater. Professor X in that super chat. Much love, brother. Always supporting. Thank you so much. Love you guys, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now he's hating. It's a made fight for Haney. He got to go to Australia with no family, no corner. They stopped his cut man at customs, y'all. He just had Yoel Judah and somebody else. He had no end. I don't think, did he even have end swell? And it didn't matter because George never touched him. First time he went over there, we told 78 to tell Black, to tell Bill, don't let that boy go over there, man. They stopping his family in his corner from going over there. By the time Black got in contact with Bill, Devin was already in the air. Think about that. That's why I get enraged when y'all niggas talk shit about Dev. This kid is literally doing everything that we say we want fighters to do, how we say we want them to behave. He's doing everything. But y'all want to buff the nuts of everybody that's in his way. That's why I told y'all not real Brian Norman Jr. fans. Where y'all go? There were thousands of y'all a month ago. And I'm going to stand on this. I'm not letting y'all abandon that kid because he's not done. Y'all like saying that black fighters are done. That kid ain't done. Salute to him because he's the only person on that list that said, I'm your Huckleberry. Let's get it. The only one. Think about the people that ducked him, and this motherfucker's one of them. Him, Boots, Shakur, Tank, all of them niggas. Brian Norman's the only one that said no. That said yes. Now y'all want to throw him in the garbage? I'm not going to let y'all do that. But anyway, this ain't about that. It's relevant, but it ain't about that. It's about this kid. I'm not falling into that trap of saying that a fighter's done because they lost a fight, especially a black fighter. I'm not doing that. Nobody said Teofimo was done when he had a lot of Fugazi performances. Nobody said he was done. I just saw Deontay Wilder nose to nose with Chisora, and I just went to several posts on Instagram, and a lot of the people are in the comment section. Wilder's done. Wilder's done. Wilder's done. How many times Derek Chisora got his ass kicked? How? You guys don't qualify to talk to me, but back to this. So now it's a made fight for Haney. Sounds like you're hating, man. Because through all the obstacles that you put in front of him, with the help of the WBO, the help of the WBC, all you had to do was beat Kambosos, and you messed it up. You messed it up. You messed it up. So now they put the camera in your face, and you acting like this.
Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, the whole shit was a scheme, bro.
The whole thing was a scheme. The only scheme was the scheme that you revealed in 2018, man. That was the only scheme.
They had the zone. I was on the zone platform. They gave it to Kambosos because they knew what I was going to do with it. They knew what I was going to do. I was going to drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become, quote-unquote, undisputed.
There you go. There you go. He said it out loud. He said it. What is the obsession with freezing Devin out? Stop right there. What is the obsession with freezing Devin out? Why would you do that? Kev, what up? He's telling you what it is. When he said this is 2 years later after the 2018 reveal. Now he's saying it because he's salty. No matter how hard you tried to freeze the nigga out, he came out of 135. He went from saying, Devin, you're never going to be a champ, bro. I beg to differ. He was an undisputed champ at 35, and he didn't even fight you to do it. So congratulations on avoiding fighting him in the ring, but you fucked up, and he picked up what you fumbled the ball at the goal line, and he picked it up and ran it all the way back. And then when they punted it to him, he made a touchdown off the punt return. He went to Australia and beat George, went back and defended it, and beat Lomachenko. More convincingly that you did. And it was a better fight. Why? Because Loma's shoulder was 100%. But when he left that ring, his ribs wasn't. This dude tells you what it is. Teo fans, stop me when I'm lying on this dude. Just go ahead and say, yo, Drew, no, you cap. You missing something. Go ahead, say something. Say something.
It's all a game, man. They pay that shit.
It's all a game, they pay it. His words, not mine.
Isn't it gonna be? Isn't it gonna be tough to win in Australia though? Like if it's a setup, isn't it? When they set it up in America, not Australia, where why?
Everything's already made.
Everything's already made. He's telling you what it is. Everything's already made. Everything's already made. You know, like what you said in 2018, and they were actively doing it. All you had to do was win. And you fucked it up. With the George Kambosos fight. Do y'all understand if he beat George Kambosos? That's the only defense he had. But what would have happened was he'd have been looking at Devin Haney anyway. And he said in this interview right here, you already know what I was going to do with it. What? Drop the belts. And it'd have been a harder route for Devin Haney to become undisputed. Why the focus on fucking up Devin Haney's path? Why the focus on that? Y'all are hearing it. There's no other way to interpret this. MJ, what up? It's all a scheme. He revealed it right here. So in 2025, fella, you thought I was agreeing with you? No, I had questions, bruh. I had all of this shit you said queued up on my phone because I want answers. But the closer I got, they said, nope, this nigga here, he about, what's his name? I bet you niggas know now.
It's everything. I had to see that for myself.
You had to see it for yourself.
So they already knew who won before they even fucking announced it.
Dude, George beat you. What are you crying for? You know how they like to say, stop crying, stop crying. Anytime a fighter we support has a rough time, stop crying, stop crying. Is this dude not crying? Is he not making excuses? Collapsed lungs, it's a setup, it's a scheme. Stop me when I'm lying to your fans. I know y'all watching. Stop me when I'm lying. I know y'all are mad. I know you're going to make a little, this is my response to Drew Titan. Say something.
See the tapes.
Hey, Tio, what advice would you give Dev, though, on what he's got to do in the ring with Kambosos?
Fuck both of them.
Fuck both of them.
Hey.
That's what we doing. Sore loser. Mauricio Sillyman explains why the WBC charges 3% fees to its titleists. Everything goes back to boxing. Lie, lie. This is back from 2022. Mauricio Sillyman is willing to send skeptics of his organization and accounting of its finances. Do y'all know about this? You know what I'm going to do? Has anybody, that's the link to this article that I'm reading from. Has anybody requested to see what he was talking about? The head of Mexico City-based WBC, one of the 4 major sanctioning bodies in boxing, was recently prompted to defend how its company conducts its business. WBC was started by Sillyman's father, Jose, in 1963. Specifically, Sillyman was asked to consider the remarks made by former 2-time titleist Hall of Famer Andre Ward. This article is from 2022, y'all. In an interview with Kate Abdo earlier this year, Ward expressed that dissatisfaction with sanctioning bodies and questioned the fees they routinely levy on their belt holders. WBC, for example, charges 3% anytime one of its champions gets in the ring. Sillyman cited a slew of reasons why the WBC charges 3% from overhead expenses to humanitarian work to research to develop in women's boxing. So the 3% is for overhead, humanitarian work, to research, to developments in women's boxing. Well, let me ask you a question, y'all. What has Mauricio Sillyman done for women's boxing? I'm just going to pick one of the things from what he said. humanitarian work. I don't know what the fuck that means to him. But let me ask you a question. What has Mauricio Sillyman done for women's boxing from 2022 to 2025 that Jake Paul hasn't done since 2022 to 2025? Jake Paul came into this game with his own money, his own promotion, and he shined a spotlight on female boxing. And I salute Jake Paul for that. The WBC's been around literally since 1963, as per this article by Jose Sillyman. And they couldn't get female boxing going before Jake Paul got into the sport. You know what Mauricio Sillyman did do? He told us to shut the hell up about Alejandro Herman ass. When she got in the ring with Franchon Cruz Dezern, drugged up on sex change pills. She was literally trying to grow a penis, which is why she was in there with shoulders bigger than mine, fighting a woman. So technically, to all of you mother effers that believe that there's more than one gender, more than two genders, according to y'all logic now, Franchon Cruz Dezern was in the ring with a man. And when we said, hey, listen, Mauricio, was she drug checked? He blew up. We're bullying her because she's gay. She has a daughter. I don't care. I don't care if she's gay. Her woman is right there. I think her girlfriend did the ring walk with her, some bullshit. I don't know. It's obvious she's gay. I'm asking about that 5 o'clock shadow underneath her neck and why her traps look she in there looking like the Ultimate Warrior with no goddamn face paint. I'm asking about that. Okay, whatever. And what happened? She popped. And he damn sure took his time giving Franchon Cruz Dezern her goddamn belt back. So that's what the WBC has to offer in reference to female boxing, goddamn it. That's what he has to offer. Jake Paul came in the game, boom, boom, boom. Shine a spotlight on female boxing. Have them main eventing on Netflix. Why the hell, since 1963, with all those 3% sanctioning fees and inventing these new statuses, you had 3 champions at 135. 3. And collecting 3 fees. You couldn't do something better for female boxing that Jake Paul did. You couldn't do better than Jake, and you've been in the game before Jake was born. Literally been in the game before Jake Paul was born. And the best you could do is put a bitch in the ring that's trying to turn into a whole man. So what research are you read that article? What research are you talking about? Humanitarian work, research, developments in women's boxing. Alejandro Jimenez, what you trying to do? Create some shit like the $6 Million Man? You can make her faster, stronger, but she has a penis. What? If you don't go sit your ass down, shut up. How do you say it in Espanol? Siéntate. Sit your ass down. Siéntate, maricón. Coño. Sit down. Don't move. Shut up. Shut up. Dummy. It's ridiculous. Y'all read that article. What's this other one here? Hold on. Oh, and by the way, after all of the games and shenanigans collapsed, let's not forget this.
That's what you're trying to say.
It's cool, man. Just ask me the questions.
In the lead up to the fight, you said if they want the black fighters, they can keep them. Why did you say that?
Huh?
Why?
It's just a biased part of what I'm seeing in our field. That's it. Because it just seems like there's certain ones favoritizing others. I believe the commentators that are on the stand of ESPN are a bit biased to certain fighters.
Off the record.
No, it's not off
No,
the
man,
record. It's off the record.
Bro, you wake up, bro.
I don't think any.
Say that. Don't get into that, bro.
Wait, let me.
Don't fall into this.
I'm not falling into it.
Brothers, talk about the fight.
I'm talking about
Go.
No, then let me let it go. Let me let it go.
Hold up.
Let it be. What are you scared of? Stop being a about it and handle it like a man. Handle it like a man. All of y'all, handle it like a man. That right there I've been dealing with for a while.
So all Devin did was win. All he had to do was beat George Kambosos. Kambosos picked up 3 belts off him, 3 real ones, in the franchise. Now, mind you, I never asked, because when we were asking, hey, man, if the franchise status is not transferable, that means Vasily Lomachenko is still the franchise champion. No, that changed in real time. Then he says, well, Teofimo requested it, and they voted on it, and they said yes. So then he left the ring with the franchise status. Mauricio Sillyman says, no, he's really undisputed. Right? That's what he said. Question. I saw George Kambosos leave with the franchise status also. Did he request it? Because I don't know. I'm asking y'all. Did he request it and then Mauricio voted on it and gave it to him? Or did he just leave with it? Because magically, Devin goes to Australia and whoops his ass twice. That was the last we saw of the franchise status. It disappeared after that. It's gone. Once a black man had a hold of it, it's gone. You see what I mean? You see? That's the bullshit I'm talking about. But when I bring up these things, I'm being racist. I'm being racist. Terrific. Let me bring up this other thing. This one right here. Shout out to my brother Ahi TV. This was from 4 years ago, y'all. 4 years ago. Trill Bill talking to Ahi. Listen.
Teofimo Lopez explained to his fans that the reason he was carrying 5 belts after the victory against Lomachenko is because the 2 belts he was carrying from the WBC, one was the franchise belt, he explained, and the other was the real WBC belt. To his left was the franchise, because you can see the franchise tag on it, and the other one had a Top Rank logo on it, in which he claimed that's the real WBC belt. What's your take on that?
Well, we understand that if you go in the record books and you look up the WBC champion and you do all that, I mean, we've already established that the belt is a franchise designation. It's not a championship belt. Therefore, it has both his name and Top Rank's name on it. He doesn't have a belt, a lightweight WBC belt of any kind, because he never won one and he never was awarded one. So the franchise destination award belt that he has, it gives him the opportunity to become a mandatory for the real WBC lightweight title. He says he's going to give Kambosos an opportunity at the belts. You know what I mean? We just got to see, you know, how does the people feel about Kambosos, you know?
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? But I got a lot of more. Well, I got a little bit more. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Would you like that fight next?
More. A little bit more, a little bit more. A little bit more, a little bit more. Once again, shout out to my brother Aki. This is also 4 years ago. This is in the midst of all of this confusion, courtesy of the WBC and Teofimo Lopez, enabled by the WBO and Top Rank and ESPN. Yep. Oh, sure will. Yeah, I take it light. I try and dumb my stuff down, but it's impossible. If you can't follow this bouncing ball, then you're just a hater, or you're just uneducated, or I don't know, you sold weed in school instead of listening to the teachers. Shots fired. But let's listen to this.
Would you like that fight next, Tio? If you guys both win your next fight?
Look, at the end of it, look, I see it like this. I can't go out with Kambosos and move up to 140. Even if I do, that'll be it with Taylor, but he has his mandatory now, apparently, with this guy named Hoon Catterall. But my whole thing is, like, I got to finish with somebody at 35 clean then, so it could be Devin. I am the super WBC world champion. I'm the franchise, so I can mandate that fight next.
What type of fight do you see Linares against Haney? What type of fight do you see that being?
I really want Devin to win this fight because I want his head next. I am the super WBC world champion. I'm the franchise, so I can mandate that fight next.
Teofimo Lopez, he made a shocking admission. He stated, I can mandate Devin Haney fight next with my franchise title. So does that make the franchise title an interim title?
Absolutely. It's even less than the interim title. And that's what I'm saying is they're so contradictory. And once you tell a lie, you got to keep telling the lie. When have you ever known a super champion, someone with a super title, being able to make someone that's lesser, that has a title that's lesser than him, fight him? When is that? We can't make Ryan Garcia fight us. We can't make anyone fight us. We can't mandate that it happens. It's because his title is not real. And he just said it. He just said it. The WBA super champion can't mandate the regular champion to fight him. How can you mandate it when you don't win nothing?
There you go. How can you mandate when you don't win anything? See that? You see what I'm talking about? Exactly, Trillwell. Catholic school, you know, point guard, short as fuck. Probably got a jump shot. But that's about it. Anyway. Where my Big Joe Townsend, salute. Dave, what up? Slick Tom, salute. If I missed you in the chat, no, I love you. Albert Doherty, salute. Sam Mack. T.O. fans, I know y'all could type, man. What, did I lie on this kid? This kid is a liar. He's a slick back, double talking liar. Well, he's not even slick with it. Okay. Look. Tell me, right? Now, mind you, I just played you that racist shit he did, he said, with his dad. Because now he done dropped the ball with Kambosos. Devin Haney emerged through all of the because, you know, Allah's a perfect planner, right? Devin Haney emerged from all of that bullshit. BFTB, my brother, salute. Devin Haney emerged from all of that bullshit unscathed, put in the work, fought everybody that would fight him back. It was undisputed at 35. And Teofimo proved himself to be a sore loser and a liar. One more time. I'm going to run it. One more time.
Teofimo, let me ask you a question. What exactly happened with you and Devin Haney when that was brought to your attention?
It don't matter because we got Shakur Stevenson next, man. Honestly, I'm just excited because now all the roads lead to a bigger fight between me and Haney. Can you say, yeah?
A bigger fight towards Haney?
Wait, makes sense now, right?
Yeah. Does it?
Has momentum, right?
Does it?
Got motion, right?
I'm asking you, does it?
But you gotta answer my question.
No, I'm asking you, though.
I know, and then I asked you.
No, but I asked you first.
And then I said it makes motion.
Motion? So this is a part of your major plot. This is a part of your plot. Put off Devin, fight Shakur, and spin the block and go back to Devin?
Got motion, right?
All right, thank you, guys.
Got motion.
They stopped me.
Everybody good? Whether Mauricio didn't want to or not, he did not pay for the sanctioning belt. So by default, he got stripped, so it became unified. If they could do it with me with my super WBC belt, then why not? And I paid for that sanctioning belt.
So by default, was you undisputed at 35?
Somebody screenshot this shit. I can't believe this nigga thought that I was rocking with him. I'm like, what do you, wait, no. And once again, when I came back over there, because I was gonna drill him, they hustled him off. I got questions. Clown ass dudes. Crazy. But I'm gonna let it play.
Tio. All right, thank you. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys.
Tio, what were your thoughts of the Lamont Roach and Pitbull?
We just get a Haiti Cambosos. Who you think wins that fight, brother?
Oh, fuck. No, it's a made fight for Haney. Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, the whole shit was a scheme, bro. They had the zone. I was on the zone platform. They gave it to Cambosos because they knew what I was gonna do with it. They knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become quote unquote undisputed. It's all a game, man. They pay that shit.
Isn't it gonna be? Isn't it gonna be tough to win in Australia though? Like if it's a setup, isn't it? When they set it up in America, not Australia, where? Why?
Everything's already made. It's everything. I had to see that for myself. So they already knew who won before they even fucking announced it. See the tapes.
Hey, Tio, what advice would you give Dev though on what he's got to do in the ring with Cambosos? Man?
Fuck Buffalo.
Hey.
I got it, Tay, thank you. But for those of you clowns that don't think this dude is a liar and he's a double talking liar, after that racist shit, right? He said, stand on it and be a man. Now, you don't reserve the right to speak on Bud, and I'm gonna show you why.
Tell him what you told me. What I tell you? What you doing it for? Oh, promotion, man. All right. So I ain't gotta fuck him. I ain't gotta fuck him up. But we should spar. I ain't gotta fuck him up. We should spar. We good people. Come on, I want to spar with you though. All right. How about that? We clap it up. All right, bet.
This dude is Pussycat. Let me give you another example as to how this dude is a liar and he double talks.
Turkey mad at Tio, but he single-handedly carried the New York City card. Yeah, Turkey did a great job holding that card. Hey, listen, it ain't about Teofimo. I don't want to know about it, okay? Tio, you the best. Move right, apologize, and get this paper pop. What? Did I just read that correctly? What? You want me to apologize for something I didn't do? You want me to apologize for being me? Shoot me now. Kill me now. You want me to apologize for something that is me? No. I'm good. I'll meet God early. I'm good. I don't apologize. I'm a Leo. We don't apologize. Y'all crazy. 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 Want me to apologize to who? Listen here, Teofimo. We understand how things are going in your life. Can you just apologize? Don't be like, I'm looking for the apology. I just can't find it right now. Yes, Boots did duck me. I'm going to tell you again and again and again. It's crazy, man. Today, when they hear Tio, they got to fight Teofimo. Hold up.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. Why did Turkey fire you?
Turkey fired me. I think that it's just miscommunication. Obviously, me doing my rant a little bit, but nevertheless, God willing, things just pass over.
and we kind of look forward to the future.
Are you still looking forward to doing business with Turkey in the future?
You know, that's whether or not we do business, I definitely just want to state out that, you know, I took a road that I shouldn't have taken in that regard. I got a lot of people watching me, looking forward to seeing what I'm going to do next, and I don't need to do disrespectful or disapproving things to His Excellency or to anyone in that castle of theirs in Saudi Arabia.
The difference between Bud Crawford and Teofimo Lopez is that Bud Crawford's a grown-ass man. That's it. Bud Crawford, in reference to Minister of Boxing, he stood on his business. He never budged, he never moved, and eventually he got what he wanted. And when he got the opportunities in the ring against whatever fighter, he performed, and the man is still undefeated. Okay, he fought his contemporary in Errol Spence, and he won. Undisputed at 140, undisputed at 147. Skipped 54 and 60, went straight to 168, and beat the quote-unquote face of boxing. No controversy, just out and out smoked him. To the point where the only people that want the rematch are Canelo's fan base, but Canelo ain't say it out loud. Hey, I want that smoke. He never said that because it wasn't even close. And he said, take your 3% and pound it up your mother's ass, Mauricio, silly man. How dare you, Teofimo, say, according to the rules, Bud is not undisputed. Why? Because he's not like you. You paid money for a franchise status, a brand new concept. You paid 3% of whatever money you made the night you beat Lomachenko for a belt that didn't exist instead of fighting Devin Haney. You were so racist and insecure of the motion of this black man that you didn't even want to give him an opportunity. You've been running from that cat since 2018, and the foundation was laid out since 2018, probably before that, and you spilled the beans on it because everything you did was lining up to what you said in 2018. But all you had to do was beat George Kambosos, and that right there is where you fucked up. And not only did you get mad that Devin picked up the rock that you fumbled and ran to 2 touchdowns with it, you got mad at an entire race of people. You start blaming black people. You start blaming the system that catered to you and saying that they all look out for black people. No, Bud earned what he got. Errol Spence earned what he got. Deontay Wilder earned what he got. Every black fighter that I've seen, for the most part, earned what they got. And Devin earned what he got with the machine against him, whether they were black or white. You racist piece of shit. Oh, I was going to get that guy. But you know what? The security around, they were looking at me. Which I didn't see was me asking questions. I didn't care about his opinion on the Isak Cruz fight with Roach. No, I was asking because I was about to drill him on his career path from 2018 to now. How the fuck does the Devin Haney fight be bigger now if you get past Shakur? I don't think that's a 50-50 fight. I don't know if you're going to do it. But you're so secure in your position in boxing that people will always pay to see you. As insecure and racist as you are. That's why you identify with Ryan Garcia, dude. You think I don't know what's going on here? And you young cats, y'all need to pay attention to what I'm saying. It's always deeper than boxing because they make it that way. I just enlightened all of you. This kid's career path. He fucked himself up. But the only thing he has going for himself is a WBC and the fact that he speaks Spanish. They will always find this kid some work. Every black fighter, we got to get what we earn. We have to work double, triple, quadruple the amount. Bud Crawford did the greatest thing in boxing in 2025. And people hating him for it. All y'all could say is, oh, he didn't pay the fee. Man, dude, Tio, shut up. You paid a 3% fee on a belt that was fake. Shut your mouth. You fucked up. dummy, asshole, a cardboard belt. And guess what? You pay, if I pay 3% on anything that doesn't exist anymore, guess what? How do you feel if you own an MTK Global t-shirt? I'd like to meet the assholes that bought this. And salute to my brother Slick Tom in that super chat. He says, I wonder what Bob thinks of Bud now. Slick Tom also says, I bet you Loma ain't pay a dime to Silly Man. Probably didn't. Pull counter, salute. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember when this fight was announced? And they were like, oh, yeah, they were making fun of us. Oh, we got Fury versus AJ at Wembley. There's not going to be a third fight. Remember all of that? And this was for sale. I said, let me take a picture of this because this is going to be iconic, in which with each passing year, this gets more hilarious. Who the fuck bought this? Who has this in their goddamn man cave or over their bed where they jack off every day? Who bought this? Who? Look at the price on that. Is that the rent for a flat out there? 1,099 pounds? 1,199 pounds? What? When that fight was quote unquote announced on BoxRec, I said, Tay, what they talking about? He said, man, we still in arbitration. Fuck what they talking about. Has this fight happened? Right. Slick Tom back in that super chat. He says, is Larry Merchant dead yet? I don't know. Haven't heard from him. We'll know when he does. We'll know. This right here is equivalent to paying a sanctioning fee on a belt that don't exist anymore. This is what I'm talking about. But don't take my word for it. Just rewind the show, and I've made my case. It's still a 50-50 fight between him and Shakur. I'll run it down with Shakur on my next live because he's no saint either. He's no saint either. And just because I feel a certain way, I feel, which is justified, a certain way about Teofimo, it doesn't negate from the fact that that's a 50-50 fight and he could actually beat Shakur when we're talking boxing. Fuck my feelings. I hope Shakur knocks him out. Do I think it's going to happen? No. No. In fact, it's more likely that Teo catches because Teo's a bigger puncher than him, but he got to catch him. But Monday, it's Shakur's turn because he's no saint in this either. So salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. I got to bust this move. I hope y'all are thoroughly educated. Teofimo fans, I know you were scared to type, but let me know whether I'm wrong or not. I want you to justify this kid. Maybe I'll drop a link on Monday. Maybe I'll do a Simeon Saturday just for y'all. But we'll see. Salute to y'all, man. Much love. Bronx on deck.
Okay, have a crappy weekend. Hope your house burns down.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.